Now, New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
And new this morning, a stabbing inside a pizzeria in Manhattan. An employee sent to the hospital. What led to the violent confrontation and the new surveillance video.
But first, we have breaking news in Brooklyn. A building leveled after a car crashed into it. Newscapter 7 giving us a look from above the scene. We also have exclusive video of the driver's arrest.
And a messy scene out there indeed. Eyewitness News reporter Derek Waller is on the ground in Midwood with the very latest for us. Derek?
And Charlene, Ken, we just got that exclusive video within the hours showing the driver being taken into police custody after they say he caused all this damage here at the corner of Avenue P and East 5th Street. Believe it or not, his car is still underneath that rubble. Take a look at that exclusive video of the driver being escorted by police to an ambulance. They say he's in serious condition, but as you can see, his injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. He's now in the hospital and expected to face charges. It was actually members of the Jewish Shomrim, the local neighborhood watch, that detained this guy and held him until police arrived. Police believe that he may have been driving under the influence and was speeding. This crash happened around 11:30 last night here on Avenue P. The impact so hard, the building collapsed in on itself. There's apartments on the top floor and a convenience store on the bottom, and now the work begins to clean all this up.
We are going to remain on the scene with multiple agencies, including the NYPD, buildings, and OEM, awaiting heavy equipment that will come in this morning and to remove the debris and to attempt to make the situation as safe as possible.
And so again, back out here live, as I was mentioning, there is actually a car still underneath that rubble. It's amazing that that driver was able to get out and that he's alive. 5 people do actually live in those apartments. Thankfully, they were not home at the time, and obviously now they're going to have to find a new place to live. Right now, they're waiting on some heavy equipment to come out here to clean all this up. And for more on what's going on with these street closures, let's go up to John Del Giorno in Newscopter 7.
Thanks, Derek, and we've got live pictures here from Newscopter 7. You can see that building reduced to a pile of rubble. And as you said, it's amazing to think that not only is there a car underneath this debris, someone actually got out of that car and tried to flee the scene. Here you can see where the corner of that building completely collapsed down onto the sidewalk. You heard the fire department mention they will be here operating well into the day because they need heavy equipment to come into the scene here to begin to clear it. Let's pull the shot back. We're going to talk about some street closures in the area. First of all, what you need to know, Avenue P, that is closed between East 4th Street and Ocean Parkway. East 5th Street itself also closed from Quentin Road on up through Avenue P. The good news, though, the busiest road through this area, Ocean Parkway there on the bottom of your screen, that remains open and is unaffected this morning. And we're live over Brooklyn. John Del Giorno, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And you're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. I'm meteorologist Jeff Smith with a first look at that AccuWeather forecast. 54 right now, some clouds, a few breaks of sunshine out there in the city. 50 at Newburgh, 51 at Islip, your 48 at Monticello. We're watching later on today, this front that's over the Great Lakes right now will be approaching the area from the north and west. And with that, there can be a spotty shower or thunderstorm. Before that happens, though, we get temperatures probably spiking into the lower 70s. 54 your temp at 8 a.m. We're up to 66 by noontime, 70 by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you get a shower or storm before the evening commute, it's probably north of the city. It might get into the 5 boroughs, though, as we head into the evening hours. We have the AccuWeather 7-day forecast right through Mother's Day weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, Heather O'Rourke has a look at the commute.
And we are bumper to bumper if you're moving through the Bronx this morning. If that's part of your plans, we have the Deegan South at the Cross Bronx Expressway, an accident, fire department on the scene. You have at least 3 vehicles involved in this crash. Left lane is blocked off. We also have the Cross Bronx East right at Jerome Avenue, an accident. This involves 2 trucks. You know what happens to the George Washington Bridge when we have an accident on the Cross Bronx. That upper level is jam-packed. Just take a look at that sky right there. Wow. And it's 25 minutes coming inbound at the George, 20 at the Lincoln, 30 at the Holland Tunnel. And you do have delays. Whitestone Bridge going over to Queens. Street cleaning rules are in effect for today. Charlene, over to you.
Heather, thank you. 6:33 right now. New this morning, an employee at a pizzeria in Manhattan stabbed. It happened as the employee was trying to break up a fight. Eyewitness News reporter Candace McCowan live in Hell's Kitchen with new video for us. Candace?
Well, Shirley, in the Carp Cafe here at 45th and 8th, they're typically open for 24 hours, but I will tell you that they had their doors closed for some time overnight. They are now back open, but I want you to take a look at this video that police released overnight. Police telling us that the pair got into a dispute with another customer inside the Carp Cafe around 4:15 Monday morning, and when the employee went to break up the argument, he was stabbed with some type of object. The 61-year-old male worker, he was rushed to the hospital and is expected to survive, but police, they continue to search for the pair who took off right after that stabbing. Of course, police this morning, we understand Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 reward for any information that might lead to their arrest. Live here in Hell's Kitchen this morning, Candace McCowan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Candace. 6:34 new this morning. Police searching for an attacker who they say punched an 82-year-old man in the face inside a Bronx deli. Police say it happened just before 6 yesterday morning in Woodlawn Heights. They say the two got into an argument, then the suspect punched the man and took off. Police say the victim fell, striking his head on the ground. They say he broke his jaw and now has swelling to his brain.
6:35 and police are searching for the suspect who dumped acid on a group of teenagers at a party in the East Village. Neighbors say it happened on Saturday night during an unauthorized party in the basement of a NYCHA building. Police say someone on an upper floor dumped paint and industrial cleaner onto the more than 100 noisy teens. Eyewitnesses say that is when everyone at the party ran for cover. EMS rushed 10 teenagers to the hospital.
I was like, yo, what happened? They was like, yo, some crazy guy threw acid on us, Clorox. I'm like, can I see, like, he showed us our feet. I was like, damn. It was like black and white. His other friend's leg, it was just burnt, like straight up.
This is CitizenNet video. The scene. Police still have not made an arrest. NYCHA says it's working with the NYPD and has also launched its own internal investigation. All of the teens are expected to be okay.
6:35, an impressive progress report about the second span of the Kosciuszko Bridge connecting Brooklyn to Queens. Construction is a whopping 4 years ahead of schedule. When the second span opens, possibly in September, it will have 9 driving lanes and a large bike path. It's never been that wide. The old one wasn't. It is 35 feet lower than the old bridge and will be the first all-new bridge built in New York City since the Verrazzano Narrows Bridge 60 years ago. Mayor de Blasio threatening to slash funds at cultural institutions if they don't meet his criteria for a diverse staff. According to the New York Post, the Bronx Zoo, Lincoln Center, and Carnegie Hall are among the dozens of institutions in question. The nonprofit organizations are located on city-owned land. Each institution receives taxpayer money and subsidized energy costs.
A man who was previously convicted of punching a bishop in the face is caught on camera assaulting a police officer after he was accused of violating his probation.
I'm not on probation.
Listen, this conversation is over. All right, so you're going to go with us. Okay, so turn around, put your hand right back.
I ain't turning around.
Look. Oh. Listen, this conversation is over.
Well, you saw that punch. It landed. Police were called to arrest Charles Miller on Easter Sunday, a day after he was accused of shattering the door at a gas station. He was there for the next day and refused to go with officers who had a warrant for his arrest before punching one of them in the face. Video of Miller punching a bishop at Newark Sacred Heart Basilica went viral more than 2 years ago. He's now facing charges of assaulting a police officer and resisting arrest. Opening statements begin today in the federal trial of the alleged sex cult leader Keith Raniere. Prosecutors say Raniere is the founder of a secret NXIVM sorority. They say the so-called self-help guru forced women to have sex with him and threatened to publicize naked pictures of them if they refused. At least 4 of his alleged victims are expected to testify against him.
6:37. Right now, police in Manhattan trying to identify a man who attacked a person at a bar. Surveillance video shows the suspect hitting a 56-year-old man over the head with a drinking glass. It happened during an argument last Friday inside Gym Bar in Chelsea. At the time of the attack, the suspect had a mohawk-type haircut. The victim suffered a cut on his head. Today, Amazon will officially open its first Go store in New York City, the high-tech convenience store located inside Brookfield Place in Battery Park City. Amazon Go stores use sensors to scan customers as they walk out with items and charges their Amazon accounts directly. This particular store will also accept cash. The company's already opened 3 other Amazon Go stores, 1 in Seattle and 2 in Chicago.
It is 6:38 right now. Niagara Falls lit up in blue to honor the newest member of the British royal family. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced the birth of their first child, a little boy, yesterday. Meghan and Harry's son is the first biracial baby born into the British royal family that we know of. He weighs 7 pounds and 3 ounces. The couple still hasn't announced his name.
You know,
I just had to.
I was thinking it right before you said it, and there you go. Now it's out there. Whatever. It is now 6:39. You're never more than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic.
Meteorologist Jeff Smith outside our studios on the Upper West Side.
Pretty decent start to the day out there, Charlene and Ken. Clouds, a little bit of sunshine at times, and I think that'll be the story for today. And that sun will eventually get our highs back up into the lower 70s. Probably not quite as warm as yesterday when it got up to 74, but we're talking about 72 maybe for a high by this afternoon. 54 right now in the city, and that will be your temperature around 8 o'clock in the morning if you're headed out to the bus stop or headed off to work, going up to 72 by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A blend of sun and clouds, but watch for a spotty afternoon thunderstorm, mainly north of New York City. It may take until dusk for any shower and thunderstorm activity actually to get into the 5 boroughs. Air quality is going to be good today. UV index is up to an 8, which is very high, so we will definitely see some sunshine. And pollen on the high side. It's oak, birch, and maple tree pollen really being the main culprits. Rain chances next several days after today's spotty shower or storm. No rain chance tomorrow, even on Thursday. Thursday's kind of a cool and cloudy day. There might be a bit of drizzle, but maybe not any measurable rain. Friday, you see a spike in that chance of precipitation. And then also on Mother's Day, unfortunately, as well. We'll detail that in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast coming up right now. Heather O'Rourke has a look at the commute.
And we have big time troubles in the Bronx on the Deegan south of the Cross Bronx Expressway. An accident. Only the right lane is getting by, and everything is subject to closure with this multi-vehicle accident that is being cleared away over here. Extensive delays on the Deegan as a result of that. Cross Bronx east at Jerome Avenue, we have an accident involving 2 trucks. So coming inbound at the George Washington Bridge, it's an absolute mess. But check out that sky this morning. It's just amazing. So yellow. And we are looking at about 25-minute delays getting into the tolls. That's going to build. Lincoln Tunnel is 20. The Holland is 30. Street cleaning rules are in effect for today. Ken and Charlene, over to you.
All right, Heather, thank you. It is 6:41. New information overnight about the victim killed in a hit-and-run crash on Long Island.
Also, a developing story in Brooklyn. 2 people taken to the hospital after a fire breaks out in a synagogue.
And celebrities with big fashion statements at the Met Gala. A look at some of the best dressed and how Gaga stole the show.
This